morning, Sarah rented a secluded cabin deep in the mountains of North Carolina. After months of exhausting work, they wanted nothing more than peace, fresh air, and silence. As they arrived, the forest welcomed them with sunlight and bird song. Everything felt perfect. Inside the cabin, they unpacked groceries, laughed, and planned a week of hiking and exploring. Neither of them knew that something was already watching from deeper within the forest. The next morning, they set out along a beautiful woodland trail. Tall pines stretched toward the sky. Wildflowers covered the valleys. The mountains seemed endless. Halfway along the trail, they found enormous bear tracks pressed into the dirt beside an old warning sign. Bear area. Sarah suggested turning back. Daniel laughed. "We'll be fine." They picked up walking sticks and continued deeper into the wilderness. Hours passed. The scenery became breathtaking. Crystal clear streams wound through flower-filled valleys. Rolling mountains stretched to the horizon. Yet Sarah couldn't shake the feeling that something was wrong. And she noticed it. Every bird in the area suddenly took flight. Hundreds of them at once. Not singing, not hunting, fleeing. The couple crossed a mountain stream. The water was ice cold. A strange chill crawled across Daniel's skin. Above them, dark birds circled silently, watching. The forest seemed to be holding its breath. Then they saw it. An old farmhouse hidden among the trees. Rotting wood, broken windows, a sagging porch. The structure looked abandoned for decades, yet somehow it felt occupied. Against Sarah's wishes, they approached. The front door hung slightly open. The house stood silently among the pines, waiting. Every instinct told Sarah to leave, but Daniel wanted answers. Who would build a house this deep in the wilderness? He stepped onto the porch. The door slowly creaked wider. No wind, no movement, only darkness beyond the threshold. Inside, dust covered everything. The air smelled of rotten, damp wood. The floor groaned beneath every step. Room after room stood empty until they reached the last room. There, facing a dirty window, sat an old man. Motionless, not moving, not breathing, just sitting, watching the forest. Daniel whispered, "Sir?" No response. And the old man stood, slowly, painfully, as if every bone in his body had forgotten how to move. The couple backed away. The old man stepped into the doorway. His skin clung tightly to his skull. His eyes were pale and lifeless. Yet somehow he seemed to be staring directly into their souls. Then his expression changed. Confusion, recognition, terror. as if he had suddenly remembered something horrible. His mouth slowly opened, wider, wider, far wider than any human mouth should. His eyes bulged unnaturally. A terrible sound escaped his throat. Not a scream, not a growl. Something older, something wrong. The creature stared at them and whispered, "You weren't supposed to find me." The room trembled. The walls groaned. The darkness behind him began to move. Daniel grabbed Sarah's hand. They ran. Branches tore at their clothes. Roots clawed at their feet. Behind them came a scream so loud it shook the trees. They never stopped running. Not until they reached the trail. Not until they reached the road. Not until the sun began to set. Only then did they dare look back. The house was gone. No farmhouse, no porch, no path. Nothing. Only endless forest. Years later, neither of them can explain what happened that day. But sometimes, in the middle of the night, both wake at exactly the same moment. Both hear the same sound. A slow creaking door, and a whisper drifting from somewhere in the darkness.